Hey, how's it going today? Hey, it's Dave. I'm here in my kitchen. Just got out of the muddy run in San Jose at the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds, and I was kind of thinking about this last week and the things that I've done, and sort of wanted to share a couple of thoughts. So, if you don't Spartan race or don't want to Spartan race or don't want to do obstacle course racing ever, or you don't want to test yourself ever, then you can probably turn this video off. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You can probably turn it off right now. Okay, cool. All right. So we clear? All right. Hey, so it's been no joke. Folks that follow me know that I like to work out, like to do different challenges. And one of the things I did this last weekend was my first Spartan race of 2020. And before I signed up for it, I knew that I had a couple of friends at my gym that wanted to complete a trifecta this year, their first trifecta. And so I kind of committed that I would do that with them. A trifecta for Spartan racers is a super, a sprint, and of course a beast. I'm sorry, it's different order. Sprint, super, beast. In a sprint, all the distances this year are standardized. So a sprint is a 5K, a super is a 10K, and a beast is a half marathon, or 13.1 half marathon. Okay, so sprint 5, super 10, beast half. Okay. But we found out last weekend that, they're semi-standardized. I think the sprint was like 4 miles, and I think the super was like 6.8 miles. Okay, so over, but not horribly over. I suppose if you did the penalty lap, which I did do that in the super at the box, it would be a little farther than that. I think I got like 6.8 something total in mileage. Anyway, so this last weekend I did a super on Saturday on the 15th, and I did a sprint on the 16th. But sandwiched in between that, was an event called the Hurricane Heat. And the Hurricane Heat, this one was the 4-hour variety of the Hurricane Heat. And what that really meant is that I got done with the super, and then I had a couple of hours to sort of recoup, get some fluids in me, have a little bit of food, and then get ready for whatever the Hurricane Heat is. And that's kind of the point of what I want to talk about today, is exactly what the Hurricane Heat is. And I want to caution here, I'm not going to give you too many details because I respect the institution of Hurricane Heat too much, but I will tell you a few things that are kind of public knowledge anyway, and some things that I experienced sort of, physically and emotionally during the event. So when you sign up for a Hurricane Heat, you get a couple of emails, and then at some point you have to watch a video that the Cryptea is the person who leads, from Spartan, the event, who's in charge of the event. They're called Crypteas. You can look that up with the Greek sort of history on what a Cryptea is. So the K or a C, whatever, but it's a Cryptea. They're the leader from Spartan. And then there's an associate one too. But anyway, to not make this too long and to give you facts only, the Cryptea gets hold of you and has a video he does. And in that video, he will explain what items you must bring to the event. This is an event, it's not a race. And the items that are sort of general items are, of course, is hydration, food. They call them lickies and chewies, of course, but electrolytes, salt tablets, that kind of stuff. And they like duct tape because it solves everything. They want you to bring, if you can, some specialty items, but we had, let's see, zip ties. We had some cordage. I think it was 50 feet of cordage. We had to bring 2 chem lights, which were attached to our pack itself. I had a water bladder in mine, so mine was like a camelback, like a big camelback. And then I brought gloves if I needed them. They asked for a multi-tool or a knife. I brought a multi-tool. And then there was one specialty item. I won't reveal what that is. It's a very common item that you can get at a store anytime. And then you actually had to message him on Facebook, and then he actually gave you another specialty item that you had to also sort of prepare yourself with. And then lastly, you had to memorize the warrior ethos, okay? And I'm not going to go into that now, but if you want to look up what the warrior ethos is, just type in hurricane heat, Spartan, warrior ethos, and you explain something like 4 lines. But you will say the warrior ethos over and over at different times during the hurricane heat. I couldn't even tell how many times we said it. I don't know, 40 times, 30 times, I'm not sure. A lot. One of the things that they say in the description of the hurricane heat is, it'll test your endurance, it'll test your will, all that kind of stuff, and then lots of burpees. And frankly, yeah, there was lots of burpees. There was a ton of burpees. Okay. Again, I'm not going to get into what we did exactly, but it was 4 hours of carrying heavy stuff for an entire 4 hours, going up and down hills, running, sometimes jogging, walking, sometimes carrying each other, that kind of stuff. Burpees, planks, squats. Everything you could think of that would really test you in your physical fitness and inner mental fitness, honestly, as well. I wanted to quit probably, 50 times. And I got to tell you, I kept thinking of another reason why not to quit. There was a lot of times where I, almost, fell down because it was so tough. But my fellow Spartans picked me back up again. I cramped up at one point pretty bad going up a hill, and they helped me up the hill. It was super cool they stepped up to help me. But yeah, I was cramping up worse than I've ever cramped up in my life. Anyway, so long story short, 4 hours. It went the entire 4 hours, and it was a fantastic event. Now, the guy that did ours, the Crypte, his name was Map Dominguez, and he pours a lot of his soul into it. So it was one of those things where he taught us some pretty cool life lessons, some survival stuff, but also told us some really cool stuff about life and sort of never giving up. Great stories that he told us while we were doing this, and was always about safety. Never give up attitude. And he and the other Crypte, his name was Adam, were the ones that really got us through it. I thought it was excellent. I can't wait to do another one. I'll need to be in better shape, frankly. But it was a fantastic experience, and if there's anybody out there that has any questions about themselves and their endurance, or questions about sort of where they feel they're at physically, this is a great test, the hurricane heat that Spartan has, to sort of determine that. I left satisfied that I finished it, but also knowing that I really need to work on quite a few other things with my strength and endurance. So it gave me a real clear path, actually. So anyway, it's just me, review of hurricane heat. It was Hurricane Heat 166 in San Jose. Had a great time. I know my fellow Spartans that were with me, again, I want to say thank you for helping me after I cramped up. And it was a wonderful experience, and I can't recommend it highly enough. All right? Bye-bye. See you later. Bye.